Chanel here, StampPatties.com, stamping in my flops. Today I have a project that I'd like to share for you. This is called a lighted easel card. And just to show I never leave home without my flops, these are my lighted flop candles, if you will. So this is going to sit inside of our card, and if you look closely, you'll see that it looks like it's flickering. So today is not going to be about the stamping, but it's going to be about the pattern and setting up to make this card. Are you all ready? Because I'm ready. Let's go. Just got to turn the camera around, because those of you who know me know that I don't edit. So let's turn the camera around and let's get ready for our tutorial. Okay, sorry to make you seasick. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here because I want to show you all the different pieces of paper. And not to fear, because if you follow my website, you know that when I do projects like this, I put the dimensions in my blog post on my website so that people can get the dimensions when they're ready to recreate the project. So to get us started, I'm using Rich Razzleberry cardstock and Petal Pink cardstock. So the card base is actually, part of the card base is Rich Razzleberry 4 1/4 inches by 10 3/4 inches. It's scored from the top at 5 1/2 inches. The remaining piece of Rich Razzleberry is going to actually be the card front, and that is 4 1/4 by 6 inches, and it is scored a 1/2 inch from the top. The Petal Pink 4 by 5 1/4 is for the inside of the card. Let me show you the finished card one more time. So this card is going to fold like this. And when you open it, it has an inside, but then this part is like an easel. It's popped up so that your card can stand up. So we'll show you that, all of that step by step in just a couple minutes. I chose a piece of the designer paper from the Floral Romance Designer Series paper pack. It's actually the back of the green. The green was too busy. So this looks like a piece of whitewashed barn board, and it is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. A piece of vellum, the Pretty Petal Pink vellum from that same pack. It's kind of hard to see, so I apologize. But this piece is 2 1/2 inches this way by 3 1/2 inches this way. The final two pieces are what makes the easel, and I have a piece that is Petal Pink, and it is 1 1/2 inches this way by 4 inches this way. And the Razzleberry is 1 1/4 this way by 3 3 this way. All right, so enough with measurements. Let's get started making this project. So we're going to get all these pieces, all these dimensions out of the way. So, okay. We are using the stamped images that I've used are from the Wonderful Romance stamp set. In particular, I use this piece here and this piece here on the front, and then a stamp set called Well Said. This is a very costly or pricely set in the Occasions catalog, and it actually has a set of framelits that coordinate with it, and the bundle is more than $100. My advice to you is to join my team today. Joining my team for $99, you get to select $175 worth of product, and this would be a great addition to your stamping closet. It covers just about every single occasion you could possibly think of. On the outside, I'm using the congratulations, and then on the inside, I'm using may the rest of your lives be the best of your lives. So here we go. All right, so taking I'm going to get my work area a little bit cleaner here because I'm going to need to get my big shot out also. So, okay. Let's see. Hopefully everybody's in pretty good shape, can see me all right, can see, well, not me, because I don't want to showcase me. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get the front of the card set up. I am going to be using my barn board piece and the smaller piece of raspberry that's scored at the top. And I'm going to try to center it there. Let's see. I'm going to back out a little bit. Okay. I'm going to get my Big Shot machine over here with my precision plate. So, and I'm using the rectangle framelits. So I have 2 rectangle framelits. The smaller of the 2 is the one that I'm going to use. And actually, when you get your framelits, the framelits come like this. Okay. And the first one that I'm using is the one that's number 1, 2, 3 in from the inside. Okay. And that is going to be used on the front of the card. So I'm going to put this down on my Big Shot. Make sure that it's kind of centered. I'm going to put this in the center because I want to cut out both of these pieces at the same time. And I'm going to put my top plate on it. And we're going to put this going right on through. And patty, patty, patty. I'm not at the right level. I felt no pressure whatsoever because I forgot that I need my platform to go all the way up. We all make mistakes, don't we? All right, so let's double check this, make sure it didn't slide. Okay, here we go. One more time. My designer paper, 1/4 inch all the way around. My rectangle, I want it to be in the center. That looks pretty good. Top plate. All right, let's try it again. Now, these rectangle framelits are stitched, which means that there is some intricacies. And because I am cutting through 2 layers, I'm going to send it back through a second time. But this time, I'm going to put it side up with my cutting pad. I have found that some of the really detailed framelits cut better when you put the sharp side up. Specifically the ones that have like little words. Okay, so we're going to pop this out. Ta-da! Now they're both the same. And I do not need the 2 pieces that are on the inside, but don't throw those away because I promise you, you come back to my site and you're going to see that I've done something with these little pieces, okay? Because that's just how I roll. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I have a piece of scrap raspberry. And I am going to put 2 framelits on there. I'm going to put the 4th one in, and the 3rd one in, because what I want to do is I want to make a frame to go around. I'll show you which piece I'm making, if I can get it to go where I want it to go. This isn't so easy. This is one of those things that would probably be better on the magnetic plate, but I also need the precision plate. So, all right, let's see if I can get this on and through without messing it up. Okay, we're gonna come back on through. And believe it or not, the rest of this project is very, very easy. All right, so let's see. And again, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put it point side up and I'm going to run it back through. And then I'm going to get, oh boy, we slid. You ever have one of those days, guys? All right, I got it. Woo! That was a workout. All right, let me get it out of my Big Shot and show you guys what I'm doing with this, okay? So I'm going to take that centerpiece out that, again, I don't need right now, but I will at a later date, I promise. So now I have this piece, whoops, that is in between the 2 framelits. That's the piece that I want to use. So I want to be careful taking these framelits apart. All right. Excellent. Taking that piece out. So that's what's beautiful about these layering rectangles and squares and things that we have. So one more time, here's the pack of framelits. I used number 1, 2, 3, and then I added the 4th one to make the overall frame. So here's the overall frame. Are you ready for some assembly? Because I know I sure am. Okay, so here's the pieces that we cut earlier. What I am going to do is my vellum piece is going to go in between those two layers. So I'm going to use some of my snail adhesive on the cover around on the 4 sides. I'm going to put my piece of vellum, try to center that right on in there. Perfect. Now I'm going to put some snail adhesive on my window that I'm going to line up with the window that I've already cut. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, now I am going to put some adhesive on this piece. I'm going to get my silicone mat out because I'm going to use some of our Tombow liquid glue. Just a tiny little bead, ever so tiny. Okay, just enough to hold it on the front of the card. Okay, perfect. Let's get that over here. And we're going to get that on. All right. So now, can you see that frame? Going together pretty quickly, wouldn't you say? And as I stated before, this is a 1/2 inch score on the top. So I'm going to fold that downward and we're going to get ready to assemble our card. So taking the piece of razzleberry cardstock that we had that was 5 1/4 by, I think it's 10 3/4, and it's scored 5 1/2 inches down. I'm going to fold that over, okay? But what's going to happen is that is going to be our long side, I believe. Let me just double check. Yeah, the long side. We want that to be in the middle. So this is the top part of our card. So what we are going to do is we are going to adhere this 1/2 inch border to the back of the card, okay? So that when we open it, it's going to look like this. So one more time. This card is 10 3/4 inches long. It is scored 5 1/2 inches from the top side, but then I'm going to turn it around and the shorter side is going to be my cover, if you will. I lied. I'm getting you guys all confused. The 5 1/2 inch side is going to be the middle of the card. And you know what? So that I don't forget that, I'm going to put my middle of the card in there that I've already decorated for you. Okay, so let's get that in to the card. So I know that this is my middle. Okay, now this is going to be my cover. So it has to glue to the back side of this piece. I'm going to do that using our Tombow liquid glue because I want it to stay really well. Okay, so I'm going to glue those two pieces together. I want to fold it over. And I'm going to hold it there for a few seconds. Okay, because I want that to stay really well. We're almost done, guys. Almost done. This video is longer than my usuals, and I apologize. Okay, so down here at the bottom is where I'm going to use my other 2 strips. I've already embossed. I did this embossing using the word congratulations and a couple of the little flowers from the Floral Romance set. So the couple of flowers and then the congratulations one more time from the Well Said set. And I embossed those with white powder. So my congratulations is going to get adhered to the top of the petal pink. And then I'm going to need some of our awesome dimensionals. And I like to use the long strip of them. So I just pulled the strip right off. And we need this to be raised so that when we stand our card up, it acts like a holding point or like an easel for our card. So this is folded well. This is folded well. And because of that, it makes an easel. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so we're almost done. I have already colored and cut out two pieces to embellish the front of our card. They're from the Floral Romance. So I am just going to use a bunch of dimensionals on the back side of, my Floral Romance pieces. Probably a good 4 or 5 of them anyway, wherever I've got some nice big chunks. And we are going to put those on. Okay, so I'm going to peel those off. Now, when you light this up, you definitely want a battery-operated tea light. You do not want to use a flame. Flame and paper equals disaster. So I'm sticking that here to the front. And then I've got one more, the littler piece that I've already colored and cut out. That's going to go kind of in this corner, I guess I would say. There we go. Perfect. So there we have our Floral Romance light up easel card. And in this particular instance, I am fortunate enough now to have 2 of them matching bookends. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't mind, make sure down in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you should see a subscribe button. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this with your friends. Come back often. Make sure you turn your notifications on so that you will get my next video as soon as it's published. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, happy stamping in your flops.